Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel full of knowledge and historical wonders. On this occasion, we will take you on an amazing journey into the heritage of the ancient nation of Egypt, which still fascinates the modern world today. Get ready to explore the wonders of this unforgettable past. Chapter 1. The etheric pillars of architecture, Egyptian pyramids, temples and monuments. Ancient Egyptian architecture reflects the glory of their remarkable civilization. Some of the most iconic and ethereal architectural pillars of the ancient Egyptian civilization are the pyramids, temples, and monuments. Let's take a look at each of them below. 1. Pyramid. Pyramids are one of the most famous hallmarks of ancient Egyptian architecture. They were tomb structures built to honor and glorify the kings, pharaohs, and some members of the royal family. Pyramids are monumental monuments consisting of large stones that are precisely placed. A famous example of a pyramid is the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Pyramids were built as eternal tombs for pharaohs so that they could go on to the afterlife and become gods after death. Temple. Temples were very important sacred structures in the religious life of ancient Egypt. These temples were dedicated to various gods and goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon. They served as places of religious ceremonies, rituals, and sacrifices. These temples were beautifully built and full of symbolism. One famous example of a temple is the Temple of Karnak in Thebes, now Luxor, which became one of the largest temple complexes in the ancient world. Egyptian temples generally had stunning gates, open halls, inner temples, holy of holies, as well as additional temples that honored specific gods or goddesses. Monument. Apart from pyramids and temples, various other monuments characterize ancient Egyptian architecture. These monuments include colossal statues, obelisks, sphinxes, and stelas. Colossal statues depict pharaohs or deities on a gigantic scale to impress their greatness and power. Obelisks are upright monuments that have a rod-shaped form and are generally carved with hieroglyphics. Sphinxes are statues of mythological creatures with human heads and lion bodies that symbolize the power of pharaohs. Meanwhile, a stela is a pillar-shaped stone that serves as a memorial or place of worship. All these architectural pillars, namely pyramids, temples, and monuments, are a testament to the high engineering and aesthetic skills of the ancient Egyptian civilization. They illustrate the strong faith in religion and belief in the afterlife, as well as the honor and reverence for their rulers and deities. This archive of building techniques still amazes the world today, and is one of the main attractions for tourists and historians interested in the ancient civilization. Chapter 2. Unraveling the magic of hieroglyphics, the oldest language in human history. The magic of hieroglyphics is the key to deciphering and understanding one of the oldest languages in human history. Hieroglyphics was a writing system used by the ancient Egyptian civilization to write important texts, including religious rituals, laws, historical records, and literary texts. This form of writing has high artistic value and was often used in carvings and inscriptions on temples, pyramids, and other monuments. Here are some important things to understand about hieroglyphics. 1. Form and writing. Hieroglyphics are written in the form of symbols and images that represent words, sounds, or concepts. These symbols can be very simple or complex depending on the word or concept being conveyed. Hieroglyphics can be read from left to right or from right to left, depending on the orientation of the text and the direction of the symbol images. 2. Single and multiple systems. Hieroglyphics can convey meaning in single or multiple forms. Some symbols can represent a single word or sound, while others can represent a combination of words or ideas. 3. Single or multiple symbols. Some hieroglyphic symbols represent single objects or ideas, such as the sun symbol or the Ankh symbol, Egyptian cross. However, some symbols are used in combination to form complete words or phrases. 4. Use of script. Hieroglyphics were originally written on stones or walls using chisels or pen-like writing mechanisms. Later, hieroglyphs were also used on papyrus and copper sheets as a writing medium. 5. Decodification. The decoding of hieroglyphs into an intelligible language began in the 19th century. One important milestone in the decodification of hieroglyphs was the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799 by Napoleon Bonaparte's troops. The Rosetta Stone contained the same text in 3 different scripts: hieroglyphics, demotic, a hieroglyphic derivative, and Greek. Later, linguists and historians such as Jean-François Champollion managed to read the hieroglyphs with the help of Greek, starting a new era in the understanding and interpretation of ancient Egyptian civilization. Hieroglyphics provide valuable insight into the lives and beliefs of the ancient Egyptian people. This language allows us to understand more about their belief system, mythology, religious ceremonies, and history. Since the decipherment of hieroglyphics, research and understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization have continued to grow and become one of the important benchmarks in understanding this long-lost human civilization. Chapter 3. The value of astronomy, sky observations, and the ancient Egyptian calendar system. Ancient Egypt's celestial observations and calendar system had great astronomical value. Ancient Egyptians relied heavily on astronomical observations to determine natural cycles and agricultural seasons, and plan religious events. Their knowledge of astronomy helped in develop a sophisticated and accurate calendar system to organize their daily lives. Here are some important aspects about the value of astronomy in ancient Egyptian civilization. 1. Observation of stars and planets. Ancient Egyptians paid close attention to the movements of stars, planets, and moon phases. They used these observations to calculate and forecast the timing of different seasons and weather. For example, the appearance of the star Sirius in the sky at the end of July meant that the annual flooding of the Nile River was imminent, which was an important event for agriculture. 2. Determination of the annual cycle. By observing the movements of stars and planets, ancient Egyptian astronomers were able to calculate the annual cycle and seasons. They recorded the length of time from one season to the next and adjusted their calendar accordingly. 3. Egyptian calendar system. The ancient Egyptian calendar system is one of their greatest astronomical achievements. The Egyptian calendar was a solar-based calendar consisting of 12 months, each containing 30 days, plus 5 extra days to make a 365-day year. The calendar system was quite accurate as it incorporated the movements of the sun and stars, although there were still some errors that needed to be addressed in the calendar system. 4. The role of calendars in agriculture and religious ceremonies. Ancient Egyptian calendars were essential for agricultural planning, particularly about planting and harvesting times. Additionally, this calendar system was used in timing religious events, festivals, and celebrations. These religious ceremonies and celebrations were often related to certain astronomical events, such as the appearance of certain stars in the sky. 5. Knowledge of eclipses and planetary movements. Ancient Egyptian astronomers knew about solar and lunar eclipses, as well as planetary movements. They may not have fully understood these phenomena scientifically, but their ability to predict these astronomical phenomena shows their level of knowledge about the heavens. By understanding and observing the heavens, the ancient Egyptians were able to organize their daily lives, determining the time for agriculture, trade, and religious ceremonies. Their astronomical knowledge led to the development of a sophisticated calendar system, which remained in use to manage time in their civilization for thousands of years. This confirms how important astronomy was in the development and progress of ancient Egyptian civilization. Chapter 4: Ancient Healing, the Use of Herbs and Egyptian Medicine. Ancient healing in ancient Egypt was based on the use of herbs and complex medical practices. The ancient Egyptian civilization had a fairly advanced knowledge of medicine, and they relied on various plants and natural materials to treat various diseases and health disorders. Here is some information about the use of herbs and medicine in ancient Egypt. 1. Herbal concoctions. Ancient Egyptians used various medicinal plants as herbs to treat various ailments. They knew the healing properties of various plants, whether in the form of extracts, oils, or powders. Some of the commonly used plants include aloe vera, garlic, mint, cardamom, cloves, acacia, and more. 2. Medical practice. Doctors and medical practitioners in ancient Egypt were known as healers, or web. They knew human anatomy, disease diagnosis, and treatment techniques. While there is no evidence that they had the same understanding of microorganisms and disease causes as we do today, they relied on observation and experience in providing medical care. 3. Traditional medicine. In addition to herbal concoctions, ancient Egyptian medicine also included traditional medicine practices such as massage, acupuncture, and physical therapy. They also used techniques such as treatments using warm water bags, compresses, and herbal baths to relieve symptoms of illness. 4. Psychiatric medicine. In ancient Egypt, medicine also included psychiatric and spiritual aspects. Ancient Egyptians believed that illnesses could be caused by spiritual disorders or the presence of evil spirits. Therefore, in some cases, healing involves religious rituals, prayers, and incantations to drive away evil spirits and heal the soul. 5. Code of ethics. Doctors and medical practitioners in ancient Egypt were expected to follow a certain code of ethics, such as maintaining patient confidentiality and providing care with care and compassion. They were also believed to be intermediaries between gods and humans in curing diseases. While ancient Egyptian medical methods may differ from modern medical approaches, their practices reflect the advanced level of knowledge and understanding in the field of medicine at the time. The use of herbs and traditional medical practices shows how diverse the systems of medicine and perspectives were in trying to heal the ancient Egyptians. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heritage of the ancient nation of Egypt. May you find inspiration and valuable insights from this magnificent civilization. Don't forget to let us know what you think of this video, and if you want to see more interesting content about history and culture, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. Stay curious and happy exploring.